Tonight's technology insider, vampire drones. The Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA, is funding a new initiative to create an aircraft that can die at dawn. Why? For answers, we turn to our guest tonight on Capitol Insider, Patrick Tucker, technology editor for Defense One. Well, this latest program by DARPA is called Icarus, which is short for Inbound Controlled Air Releasable Unrecoverable Systems. Patrick, what's the agency looking for with this latest project?
Well, it's absolutely fascinating. It sounds like something from a comic book. What they're looking for is a drone, possibly a vehicle, primarily a drone, though, that can do this, that can vanish within 4 hours of delivering a payload or within 30 minutes of the sunrise. So the idea being that this drone could drop a payload someplace behind enemy lines, perhaps deliver important supplies to refugees, to people in need of help, and then dissolve before an enemy could get their hands on it and understand something about our technology.
Yeah, like the one that went off course and fell into Iran a couple of years ago.
Right, and this is something that's going to happen more and more often. We go ever more reliant on the drone program, and so we need some way to keep that technology out of enemy hands.
Creating a drone sturdy enough to carry a payload and then auto-destruct by dawn sounds like a tall order. Even DARPA acknowledges it could, quote, pose a significant technical challenge when using existing materials. So that begs the question, why embark on such a challenging endeavor? How likely is it that the agency will get exactly what it's looking for?
Well, when DARPA lays out these sorts of challenges, they never have absolute certainty that they're going to be able to meet these goals. This is why they use the term DARPA hard to refer to these sorts of ambitious projects. But in this particular field, there has been some interesting scientific breakthrough research over the last few years in what's called polymer sublimation. That's a chemical process by which a solid transforms through the liquid state very quickly into a gas. So it's basically a direct transformation from solid into gas. DARPA has a different program called Vanishing Programmable Resources, basically to make self-destructing computers that vanish in the same way, and they've had some success there. So now they want to build on that success with this new program. So it is something that was within the realm of possibility right now.
The U.S. Army is also looking to revamp its drone usage. In recent history, their UAVs had only been used for surveillance and reconnaissance missions, but officials say that needs to change. What other capabilities are they looking at?
Well, among the ones that they're looking at most immediately is what's called electronic warfare. So that is a drone that can disrupt signals, that can affect communications equipments on the ground. The Marines have used some EW, electronic warfare drones, in theater in different places for a while. The Army is looking to increase their capability to do that. And beyond that, the Army has a single-armed drone variant. It's called a Gray Eagle. It's basically like a Predator, and that's how they use it. But what they're looking for is perhaps additional arms that they could put on small tactical drones. You know, the U.S. right now is looking to where armies are using drones in ways that we aren't. We have a very specific way that we use drones, primarily for intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, and some limited strike, of course, in places like Afghanistan, Syria, and Iraq. And other armies around the world use them very differently.
Patrick, as you know, the U.S. has dominated drone technology, but that advantage is quickly deteriorating. What other countries are deploying drones?
So right now, when we talk about the future of drone warfare, everything that you see from the United States kind of represents the past. It represents history. To understand the future, look to the way drones are being used right now on the battlefields of eastern Ukraine between Russian-backed separatists and Ukrainian forces. They're able to use very small drones for ISR very effectively. Ukrainian commanders will say that upon seeing a drone overhead, they'll experience an incoming strike in like 10 minutes. So these are Russian-manufactured drones. At the same time, on the Ukrainian side, they're actually soliciting people in the United States to send them consumer drones that they can then hack and deploy for electronic warfare, for intelligence and surveillance, for sort of the same thing. So the future of drone warfare actually looks like what's going on in Russia today, and not so much what the U.S. has been doing in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria over the last 2 decades.
Wow. So it goes without saying that the U.S. military stay in the forefront of drone technology, right?
Exactly.
All right. Good to have you on board. Patrick Tucker, technology editor for Defense One. Thanks again.